Oh, hey everyone, I have exciting news, an exciting update. Do you know how we've been fighting for some time now to get a 12-foot statue of an obese black woman in Times Square? Let me tell you all, we were successful! Yay!
And communicate those inner worlds that we have, and sometimes we misinterpret with one another, to try and create an understanding and basically encourage empathy.
So the new bronze statue in Times Square that was meant to combat racism. So how do obese black women combat racism? I'm not entirely sure how we get down that particular path on either side. How the bridge for both of us is an overweight black woman. I've missed the connection on this one. It's possible there's something there that I'm just not receiving. That there's a message I'm not receiving. That was meant to combat racism received instant mockery for being obnoxious and reinforcing stereotypes about women of color. Well, that sounds about right, about better. The statue, Grounded in the Stars by Thomas J. Price, that was the fucking loser that was talking. We're just doing this to just have empathy and just to... My boyfriend told me he'd smack my bottom really hard if I didn't get this done. Let's just be honest. As a 12-foot tall woman intended to be a stark contrast of two statues in Duffy Square of Father Francis Duffy and George M. Cohen. So you did this just to shove it down everyone's throat. You didn't do it for racism or empathy or anything else. In a culture that increasingly encourages a faster pace, Grounded in the Stars is an introspective mediation on humanity, the artist's website said. So rather than having a faster pace, I should sit on the couch and stuff my face with Cheetos? I don't understand what the message is here. The statue depicts a woman in a plain t-shirt and pants with braided hair, an expressionless face, and her hands resting on her rather ample hips. Price's work offers viewers a unique opportunity to experience Times Square in a new light and share in a moment of personal reflection and empathy amidst the hyperactivity of the district, the website continued. Yet, the statue has sparked online mockery as its woke messaging is dragged. One user on X wrote, "How does a statue erected in Times Square confront perceived notions of identity and representation? It's just some obnoxious-looking, overweight black woman. It's reinforcing those preconceived notions." How about something that looks less like someone complaining their order wasn't right, another said. I was going to say, it just looks like a big black Karen. If I was black, I'd be pissed. So this is supposed to represent black women, obese and cheap with Walmart clothes, one commented. Another declared that the statue only reinforces the fat, impatient black woman stereotype. Yeah, I'd be like, it's like Lizzo in Times Square. Why, and for you, they're like, she's losing weight. Really? Why erect a statue with a resting bitch face that wants to speak to the manager, one wrote. I don't know why everyone else is freaking out, but personally I find it odd they're putting up a statue, something used normally to elevate or commemorate a person who has accomplished something great, but they're doing it this time with someone who isn't known for any accomplishment, one comment said, or anything whatsoever, really. This message seems to be praise her for her immutable characteristics rather than her character, and I find that troubling, they continued. Many comments took issue with the apparent reinforcement of stereotypes that the statue is intending to counter. In her depiction, one recognizes a shared humanity, yet the contrapposto pose of her body and the ease of her stance is a subtle nod to Michelangelo's David, the website wrote. Really? Yes, if David had an eating disorder. Let's see if it continues here, not that it particularly matters. Price wrote, Times Square stands as an iconic symbol and site of convergence, uniting people. Well, this definitely unites people, fat black women, and for no apparent reason whatsoever. From all walks of life, individual stories and experiences intersecting on a global platform. The intention of my public works is to become part of the place they inhabit and its physical material history, as well as the visitors that pass through and around the location, no matter how fleeting. I hope Grounded in the Stars. I don't know what that means. Like, because she's almost as big as a planet. Is that why it's grounded in the stars? And Man series will instigate meaningful connections and bind intimate emotional states that allow for deeper reflection around the human condition and greater cultural diversity, he said. This is all word salad for I think very highly of myself and my art, which is absolute garbage. And I think I'm achieving a message here, and the message here is I'm a talentless hack. The fictitious character of the statue is intended to carry familiar qualities. What are you trying to say about your fellow black people there, dude? From her stance to her everyday clothing. Whoopsie. So what you're saying is that her intention is to show that black people are poor, poorly dressed, and fat. Nice job, buddy. And congratulations to everyone in New York for something that I hope is not an utter waste of taxpayer dollars. I hope it was private donors and morons who wanted to put this up and then paid to be able to put it up. I hope that this was not a waste of taxpayer dollars. If you're a taxpayer in New York, I would be upset about this. So that's the update today. We did it. We did it. The fat black woman statue is up. My day is over. Maybe I should just call out today. I'm exhausted. This is great. What an amazing accomplishment we've done. Do you feel the empathy and bridging the divide of diversity? Do you feel that when you see it? I sure do. Like, share, support, subscribe. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you again.